Do you ever feel that tiny sting of guilt when you throw away a plastic cup and then quickly convince yourself, okay lang yan, because you're just one person? Yeah, same here. When I first tried to live sustainably, I honestly thought I was failing because everywhere I looked, someone seemed to be doing it better. They had their reusable jars, their bamboo straws, their zero waste kitchens. While me, I was still figuring out how to recycle my coffee cup without spilling it on my laptop. So at some point, I got so overwhelmed that I stopped trying altogether because it felt like sustainability had become this impossible checklist. No plastic, no fast fashion, no meat, no car, no fun. But after a while, I realized something important. Living sustainably isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about direction and not perfection. Sustainability sounds like a big, intimidating word, like it belongs to scientists or policymakers. But in reality, it's about how we live every day, how we eat, commute, shop, rest, and even how we throw things away. It's not about guilt, it's about intention. And let's be real, it's hard because convenience is cheap. And the sustainable options, sometimes they are expensive, sometimes they are just confusing, and sometimes they are not just available. So, if you have ever thought maybe this eco life thing just isn't for me, you're not alone. It's not because you don't care, it's because the system makes it hard for you to care. But still, there's hope. Because small actions, when done by many people, still create a ripple. And that's where we start. For me, the first change was so simple it almost felt silly. I started bringing my own tumbler. And my very first tumbler wasn't a fancy one, it was just something that I got for free. At first nga, I would even forget it half the time. Sometimes sa bahay ng parents ko, and then they would have it delivered here pa sa condo, or I would go back to get that tumbler. So, mas hindi sustainable, diba? But then eventually, it became automatic for me. And that's when it clicked. Sustainability doesn't start with grand gestures. It starts with habits that fit your life. You don't have to change everything overnight. Pick one small thing. Maybe it's skipping plastic bags at the grocery. Maybe it's switching off lights before you leave or before you sleep. Or maybe it's refusing that extra straw even when the waiter gives you a very weird look. When that one habit sticks, you add another. That's how change really happens. Not through guilt, but through growth. Growth. And here's something else I learned. Sustainability shouldn't feel like a sacrifice. So I love to shop and I still do shop. I just try to stay away from fast fashion. Now I try to buy clothes that I feel I would wear for a longer period of time. And I also check on the sustainability commitments of the brands that I support. Diba, para siyang when you're trying to look for food and you want to check on the nutrients that you would get from that food, you check on the packaging. Sometimes that's what I do now when I shop because I realized sustainability doesn't mean saying goodbye to the things you love. It just means finding better ways to love them. And the last part, and maybe the most important, is to learn to celebrate your progress. Because we forget to do that. We are so focused on what we haven't done, the ways that we still make, the flights that we still take, and the bad habits we still have. Because we are so focused on those things, we overlook how far we have come. But every small change counts. Every reusable bag, every carpool ride, every leftover you save from going to waste, they all add up. And when you share those small wins, who knows, diba? Maybe you're also inspiring others to do that same thing. So if you have been feeling guilty, confused, or maybe even tired of trying to be eco perfect, take a deep breath. You're not behind. You're just beginning. And beginnings are messy, but they're powerful. They're powerful. Let's make sustainability feel lighter, not heavier. Because when it feels light, it becomes part of your everyday life, like your morning coffee or your weekend grocery run. And that's when real change happens. I hope you were able to get something from this very short video. And if this video helped you see sustainability in a new way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's also just starting their own journey. And hey, if you have a business or you have a friend who owns one, I also have playlists here in this channel that can guide you on how to grow your business more sustainably. Because whether it's at home or at work, every ripple counts. So thank you for joining us this week, and we hope to see you again next week. Thank you. Bye!